Having friends with Jeep Gladiators will cost you more money. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to ROBMOTIVEJT. And I was thinking, having friends that also own Jeep Gladiators is bad for your wallet. It will cost you money. So what the heck am I talking about? Well, first off, if you're new to the channel, I do have a Jeep Gladiator. We're riding in it right now. It's a 2020 Sport S, and I've done a lot of things to it, a lot of mods and things, and there is much more that I want to do. Things that I want to add, maybe change, stuff like that. But I also have a buddy, I should say, that owns a Jeep Gladiator. In this case, happens to be a Mojave. And my mother has a Jeep Gladiator Mojave. So I always see these trucks around, and it always makes me want to do something else. And what's even worse is when your buddy decides he's going to do something to his Jeep Gladiator. And that happened to me recently. A buddy, Randall, he has, as I mentioned, a Jeep Gladiator Mojave. Awesome looking truck, and he's done a few mods to it as well. Some of the things that he's done that kind of catches my eye, well, he changed the bumpers. He changed the front bumper. He changed the rear bumper, and I really like them, which is bad for me because I already changed the bumper on my Jeep Gladiator. I put a 3-piece Rubicon style bumper on mine. It's a stubby bumper. I took the ends off, and I really do like it. But the problem is, I'm kind of ready for a change. When you're a modder like I am, you kind of get bored with things after a while. You want to do something different, something new for the experience, for content for the channel, if I'm being honest, but also for me. I wouldn't do these things if I didn't enjoy doing them myself. So anyway, Randall, he has the Mojave, and he put a front bumper on. He also did a rear bumper, which, by the way, we did that together. There are install videos on the channel about both, so you can check those out if you want to see what he has done. But I've been looking at mine, and more so the front bumper. I'm not so concerned about the rear, but I suppose if you change the front, you kind of have to change the rear. So he was over not too long ago. Randall's big into lights. He likes lights everywhere. He's got all kinds of lights in his grill and lights, all kinds of lights. He likes lights, which I understand. That, of course, makes you more visible to everybody else. But anyway, he was over recently, and he put a couple of, I'll call them fog lights. They're really more ditch lights, I think. They're square, those square lights that people typically put above their hood. There's a video coming on the channel about that as well. It's probably already up. I'm sure it is. But he added those to his truck, and it's a pretty slick mod. Now, he was able to add them because of the bumper that he has. He has a bumper that has a couple of holes in front, and I think it's actually designed for the winch. That's what the holes are for. But he utilized them for the lights, and they came out really well. They look really slick on the truck. And not only do they look good, I also try, not all the time, but try to do mods that have some sort of a useful purpose, that actually do something, other than just a decal somewhere or a sticker somewhere or, painting something a different color. And that's the case with these lights that he put on. He actually ended up using the yellow or orange lenses. And the purpose of that, of course, is in fog or maybe dusty, snowy, whatever, inclement weather, where you need something other than white light to cut through whatever it is that's going on outside. So we put these on, and I gotta say, man, they look awesome on the truck. I really dig the way they came out. The install was pretty cool. I love that as well. One thing I will mention, an option that he has on his Mojave is that auxiliary switch bag. It's in the dash area, if you will, or the front console area, right below the heating controls. What they did is they gave you the ability to add electrical options to the truck with a switch that's already there. The wires are conveniently located under the hood, right next to the battery. So you can just connect in there, your switching and fusing and all that stuff is already done. Made the mod very simple. I don't have that in my truck. I did not opt for that. It did not come with this model. And I looked actually at putting that in. I did a little bit of research, and unfortunately, it requires a whole different bezel, a bunch of wiring, just something that I'm really not wanting to do. So I have a couple of options with that mod, and it might even add to another mod, and that is the wireless control system. I have a wireless accessory controller in my Toyota Tacoma, and it's pretty slick. And all it is, it's just a unit that sits under the hood, and then you have a wireless controller with switches on it that enables you to activate whatever you want. I think it's pretty cool. I may go that route, or the lights that he got did come with a switch and a relay and fuse and all that kind of stuff. So I may just try to find a spot to mount that somewhere inside. The only problem is I'll have to drill or cut a hole or something in my console area to be able to put that switch in. That's the one luxury that the wireless controller gives you, that you don't have to do that kind of stuff. So I think I am going to do the lights irregardless. I do have a couple of holes in my bumper. There's screws in them right now, but I could take those screws out, or possibly even use those screws to hold the lights down and go ahead and mount something like that on my truck, because I think it is such a useful and cool looking mod. So anyway, it definitely isn't a good thing to have a friend or even a family member that owns a Jeep Gladiator if you're into mods. It's bad for your wallet, because if you're like me, you're going to start looking at whatever they're doing, and then inevitably you're going to want to do some of the same things, and that's going to cost you a little bit of cash. It's not a bad thing, but still, it just adds a little bit more to the Jeep Gladiator. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know if you've experienced this. If you've got a Jeep Gladiator and maybe a buddy of yours has one, or somebody that you know at work or something like that, or even just out driving around when you see things, do you find that it makes you want to do those things as well, and it's bad for your wallet? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels: ROBMOTIVE FST, all about full-size trucks, and ROBMOTIVE, all about my 2021 Toyota Tacoma. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.